Why is the BMA concerned about international medical students?
Nearly 2 years ago, in April 2006, the government issued some immigration guidance which was going to remove the right of international medical students, non-European students studying medicine in this country, to complete their postgraduate training in this country. Now, these people, our friends and our colleagues, are paying on average £100,000 to study medicine in this country. And when they paid up the cash, it was with the full expectation that they would be allowed to complete their postgraduate training here. And it's completely unacceptable, as far as I'm concerned, to say to them, well, thanks for the cash, now on your bike, we'll see you later. That to me is not acceptable. So we've represented our members, our friends and our colleagues to say to the government that this is not acceptable.
Why should I, as a medical student, be concerned about international medical students, especially when they might be competing against me for a job in the future?
Well, it is true that job applications in medicine are competitive. However, these people are our friends, they're our colleagues, and it's really important to UK medical schools that they continue to apply to this country to come and train, because they do bring a large amount of cash with them. And when they come and they pay the £100,000 tuition fees, that money is going towards the whole medical student population's training budget. And if that money is removed, then that shortfall has to be replaced from somewhere. And it's likely to be replaced if a cap on tuition fees is lifted by UK medical students paying the difference. And that really bothers me. But more importantly, these people are our friends, our colleagues, have trained with us, and they've come to live in this country, and that when they paid the money, it was with the full expectation that they would be able to stay here for postgraduate training.
What has the BMA achieved in this area?
We've actually achieved an awful lot with our international colleagues. We've encouraged the government to change their mind, and now non-European students studying medicine in this country will be allowed to continue to train here after they graduate, will be allowed to complete their postgraduate training in this country. And the result is actually better than it was prior to 2006, because the years that doctors spend in postgraduate training now will count towards residency. And after 5 years, non-European doctors will be allowed to apply for residency in this country. So it's a great victory for our international colleagues and for the BMA's Medical Students Committee. And it's a perfect example of how students can tell us at the MSC what they want us to do, which they did a couple of years ago at a conference. And we can then lobby government to implement change in the best interests of medical students in the country.
How can I, as a medical student, make my voice heard within the BMA?
Well, every medical school in the country has a Medical Students Committee representative and an intra-school committee chair who feed into the national BMA, and so the first port of call is these people that do go and approach them. We also hold a medical students conference once a year, and this year it's going to be held in Cambridge at the beginning of April. And that's an opportunity for grassroots members to tell us and the office holders what their view is on various issues. And it was from one of these conferences the International Medical Student issue came up, and this is a nice example of how when students tell us that there's a problem, we can affect change. We also conduct a couple of surveys every year, and at the moment there's a survey out on the foundation programme application process, which has gone out to final year students. And I'd encourage all students to fill the surveys in and send them back to us. It's a very good opportunity for you to tell us what you think, and we can then represent your views.